Hello everybody, I'm back for my end of the month update. I don't have a ton of stuff because I was just here a couple weeks ago, but I didn't want to get off schedule, so I'm going to show you a few things from my stash and some things that I finished and what else has been going on in the past 2 weeks since I came to visit with you. I'm back in the kitchen today because it's still really dreary in Ohio, rainy, chilly. I'm trying to lighten the mood as much as I can with my outerwear, but the lighting isn't great, and I didn't feel like it was great for the last video over in the living room, so I'm back in the kitchen. So hope everybody has been doing well. It sounds like spring is starting to pop up in some places around the country and overseas, but not here. Okay, let me show you what I finished. I still have no purchases. I've purchased nothing. I finished Snowflower Diaries May. And this is the one I was most excited about doing because my birthday month is May, and I enjoy the cat. Let me get this little thing to go away here. There. But I don't like how these little guys came out. I don't know what it is about this piece. I changed some of the colors to put more reds in there because red is my favorite color, but I'm just not loving this one as much as I thought. I may try to put a little bead here for the nose. I just feel like their faces just aren't the cutest. So, but this one's done. I have one more. I have July to do with the flamingo. It's about a quarter of the way done, and then that's the last one that I'm doing. Yeah, so that's that. I also had a little bit of progress on my Russian cat, so I will show you that. I'll cover up the pattern because I'm not taking it off again. So there we are. And I created all kinds of stir on FlossTube last time because I was making such a maniacal big deal about how my stitches need to be perfect, and they weren't. And I appreciate everybody's positive encouragement, but part of the process and part of the fun for me, and actually sometimes part of the relaxing, is having these stitches neat and orderly in a straight line, consistent. It doesn't always happen, and sometimes it makes the hobby stressful and I have to walk away from it, but I do enjoy having it look as perfect as possible. So nobody worry, I'm not stressing myself out. I'm not loving the hobby. It's just how it has to be to keep my brain happy. But I also can get to the point where I just say screw it and go on. So the piece I showed last time that I was freaking out about, those windows, I forgot to bring that one down, but I don't really have any progress on that. I did finish the windows. They're not as perfect as I would like, but they are better with the Snag Nabbit. I've also used the Snag Nabbit on that Russian cat on the Ada, and it is helping as well. So, but I forgot to bring that other piece down. I haven't had any progress. I'm out of one of the colors and waiting for my LNS to get it. So I'm hoping that when that comes in, I'll be able to finish it quickly. And that pattern has already been claimed. It was claimed, I think, like within 2 minutes of me posting the video that showed it. Yvonne, the Night Owl Stitcher, wants that one. So I would happily send it if I had more than one copy, but I already have one and it's been claimed. So anyways, so thank you again for everybody's encouragement. I promise I'm not making myself a crazy person or being too hard on myself or not having fun. It's just part of my process is I like it to be as perfect as possible. Can't help it. Okay, so that's pretty much all I've stitched. I haven't done much this week. It's been a little crazy at work, and I was a little agitated about work when I got home Monday, and I just couldn't sit still enough to stitch. So I started organizing my hand-dyed threads. I have gone back and forth about whose system to copy that would work for me, and I just couldn't get one that I really felt was going to work for the space that I have and be neat enough. But I think I figured it out. I was going to bring it and show you, but I don't have it really neat enough yet to really explain it. But I'm getting there. So that was kind of calming to just Monday night. I just put the skeins of floss in the floss away bags. I'm using index cards. There's a piece of the rubber backing, like shelf liner that I use for my Q-snaps, this stuff. That's involved. So when it's all finished, I will show you on video how my system, which really isn't my system, I just kind of combined some systems and mostly stole Pam's from Just Keep Stitching, mostly just took her idea. So there. Okay, I did have one acquisition to this month since I came last time. This is part of the Silver Needle Club that I joined last year, so this technically doesn't count as a purchase, even though I paid for it this month, because it's a club that I signed up for last year. And they, oh, lots of rustling. This is the paper it came wrapped in. They were a little bit late with this one, so we were supposed to get one every other month, and I was supposed to get it last month, which is totally fine that I didn't, because I don't have the one from January done, and I didn't have time to get as much progress on other things, so it's totally fine. But as usual, it comes with a picture of it, a description of it, the directions, if there are any, for finishing. I'm really excited about this one. Again, it's not my usual style, I guess, and I'll come back to that style question in a minute. But it's by Hands On Design, and that was one of the two that I was most excited about getting in this series. So, and before I show it, don't ask if you can have it when I'm done, because I have no plans to stitch it anytime soon, and I don't want to hang on to it for years and years before I send it to anybody. So, I'm not going to be giving this one away whenever I'm finished with it. But it's called The Little House, and if you watch Kathy Haberman's videos, she's the designer of Hands On Design. She is and her family are building a new house and moving this year, and so a lot of her patterns are themed around the home. And so this one's called The Little House, and it comes with everything I need to stitch this and the little fob. And it also comes with all the instructions for finishing, like pages and pages and pictures of finishing. So whenever it does get finished, Vana, if you're watching, you'll have plenty of directions to follow to finish it for me. Okay, so it comes with the fabric, which I don't even know if it says in this what it is. Usually it tells me what it is. 32 count natural linen. So it comes with the linen. It's a big piece of linen. I don't know how big this is going to be when it's finished. Doesn't look very small. That's a hand. That's like a hand, probably Kathy's hand holding it. Maybe the other piece is to back it. Maybe. I would know if I could finish. All of the threads. And they usually come in groups, and because they're not tagged or labeled, but they'll group them in the directions and tell you, like, you know, this group has these 3 colors, and it's pretty obvious that these 3 colors are not these 3 colors. It comes with the felt to make the shingles on the roof. You see that? Is that? It comes with this little card. I don't know what that's for. It doesn't really say in the directions. It's just a little laminated card. I guess you could put it on like a scissor fob or project bag or something. It comes with a needle, and it comes with a stitch dot needle minder of the house, which is super, super cute. And this is the name of the club, A Little Help from Our Friends, Stitching Circle. I don't know if the Silver Needle does this well, I do think that they do it every year. This obviously is closed because they're almost done. I think I only have one more to get. But they do it every year. It's got a limited enrollment, and the designers change every year. So I was really happy with this one. I like this one a lot. Like I said, I don't have any plans to stitch it, but it's very cute. The Little House says, "Stay, it's Bonnie here at home." And there's a little description in the notes about what that means and all that fun stuff. So that was fun. I was excited to get that. But that is the only thing that I got in the mail, which is fine. So I have plenty of things here at home to keep me busy. So a few of the things that I have stitched and finished a while ago, and unfortunately I'm not going to remember all the details about this, but this was a kit I got from Keepsakes, my L&S. It came with the fabric, the threads, the key, and the backing fabric. And then I made a couple of these. I made one for like my grandma, my mom, my sister, and so then I just bought more keys and different fabric and had these finished. I think this is Straw, maybe, by Weeks. I can't remember. I did this years and years ago, and I can't even remember who the kit was by. It might be like Blackbird Designs or Heartstring Samplery. It's one of those types of companies. Super cute. This was also a kit that came together So it had the little buttons, the pattern, the fabric, the threads, and this little wooden board. Again, I feel like this is like a heartstring samplery. I can't think of any others right now. If anybody's interested, I'll try to do some research because I know that they still have these kits in a different pattern at the LNS. And I'll see if I can get information if you're interested. This you can put a tie through and make it like an ornament, or I don't know. I haven't really done anything with this one. This is one that I stitched. One of the first things I stitched when I first moved here and discovered keepsakes, and my eyes were kind of open to a whole new style of what was out there as far as threads and patterns and fabrics. This is by Shakespeare's Peddler, and I believe it was just called Keys. And now that I'm looking at this, you know how I've been on the quest for the perfect gray fabric? It's a pretty good gray fabric. I'm going to have to ask Barbara what this is because I don't really remember. It's definitely a linen because this is, like I said, one of the first patterns I bought and stitched. And when I first met Barbara, she was showing me around the shop and she asked me what kind of fabric I stitched on. And at the time I only stitched on Aida because that's all I could get at the big box stores. And she said, "Oh, you have to try linen." And I was like, "I can't do linen. Look at it." And she was like, "It's easy. Just do linen. It's easy. Just do linen." So I'm going to ask Barbara what this is because I love this gray fabric. It's showing up a little bit darker in the video than it really is, but it's a true gray. I don't feel like there's undertones of green, blue, or purple in this. Okay, obviously that's not out on display where I see it all the time. It's actually in a bookcase up in my computer room. So I love this one for a lot of reasons. I just love the keys. I love the simplicity of the pattern, and I like that it's one of the first things I stitched when I first moved here and first found keepsakes. So that brings me to a question I was asked recently. What is my style of stitching? And I thought I knew what my style was, and I started to describe it, and then I realized I have no idea what my style is because I'll say things like, Lizzie Kate really isn't my thing because I don't like the bright cutesy colors. And then I stitch stuff like this, which is bright cutesy colors. So, and I don't do samplers, but I do like some primitive things. So I don't really know what my style is. I just like what I like, but I don't have an explanation for what it is. So with that said, I brought one of my binders down to show you some more things in my stash because that's pretty much all I have to say, other than retreat season seems to have started. Ingeborg's retreat over in the Netherlands was this past month, and hopefully you saw some videos from the different people who attended. I think if I counted correctly, there were 5 countries represented, which is super exciting. I'm so glad that her retreat was such a success. I'm so proud of her for organizing something from scratch. And it just made me super excited about more retreats that are coming and StitchCon. And like I've said before, I don't talk a lot about StitchCon in this video because I know that, there's only 150 spots, not everybody's going, and I don't know how many people care about hearing about a retreat they have no plans to go to or weren't able to go to. I mean, it is part of my stitching life, but I don't want it to be all about my videos. So, no one has seemed offended that I've talked about it or not talked about it. I don't really have anything new to say. We're still in the planning phase. We have a meeting Tuesday at the hotel to kind of tour the hotel now that it's been renovated. Our last meeting, we kind of committed to spending money, which really made it real for me. So many people have already asked if we're doing it next year. And on one hand, I'm like, people, just let us get through this one and survive this one. But on the other hand, I'm really excited that people are so looking forward to it next year. We are planning on doing it next year. And we're trying to decide if we want it to be in the same place or go to a different venue, those kind of things. But lots of fun, lots of fun. I've communicated with some people who are going to be doing trunk shows and donating things for raffles. So if you are coming, I hope that you really enjoy everything that we've planned because we've had a great time so far. And if you're not coming, hopefully you'll enjoy seeing videos of what happens. Anyways, don't know how I got there. Ingeborg, I think. We'll blame her. Okay, brought the red binder. This is the first binder I ever built. I think it's the biggest. Slide myself back to try to decrease the crinkle. Let us see. Okay, so this is one of my most favorite patterns. I did this for my mom. This was a labor of love because there were days I wanted to burn this. This is Alessandra Adelaide's spider banner. I love this, and I would like to stitch it for myself one day. I think it's super cool. I did it on the called for fabric. No, she never calls for fabric. She just called for gray linen. I did it on Weeks Tin Roof, so it's gray. It's super, super cool. My mom displays it in a giant floor easel because the piece is, I can't even show you how long it is. I'll have to, one year when I'm home at Christmas, I'll try and take some pictures and video of it to show you. But with Alessandra Adelaide's patterns, I either love them or hate them. And this one, I absolutely love it. So that is one. What else can we do? So I like Ben Creek. That's one of my, the designers I first started stitching when I first moved here. And so I have some Bent Creeks. And again, I don't know, do I consider these cutesy? They're not primitive. Stars and Stripes Forever. That one's cute. This is called, this was a special release. It's a snapper because it has these little snaps in it, which I don't get, but the pattern's cute. It's called Liberty the House, Let Freedom Ring. And so it's 3 individual, sorry, forgot all about the plastic. It's 3 individual patterns. No, this one's all together. The other one I have is 3 different patterns. Anyways. Really, really cute. There's some buttons in there, but I don't get what these little snapper things were supposed to be for. So I haven't stitched with that one. I started this one and then realized about halfway through that I made a fatal flaw because I didn't line them up on the fabric correctly. So I don't know how I'm going to salvage that one. I may just have to start over. But this is the first part. So this is Bent Creek Snappers, the Greenhouse, Gnome Place Like Home. So that's part 1. And so when I centered the fabric, I don't really know what I did. I think I centered the house, but I mean, this piece is way too close to the edge. There's not going to be anything left over here to frame it. But that's part 1, watching TV. And then part 2 is Dinner's Ready. And I've seen other of these. I don't know how many they did, but I think they're really cute. That's part 2. When did these come out? 2012. So they're not that old. And then part 3 of the Greenhouse is the Potting Room. And again, there's that little snapper, but I don't really get it. I probably won't put those on. I feel like I hear people say that all the time when they buy these snappers. Oh, it even comes with it. I don't get what these little snaps are supposed to do. But anyways, I feel like when people show any of the snapper series, they always say they're not going to include the pattern, or the snappers that come with the pattern. Okay, so I like Ben Creek. I love Blackberry Lane. I did not decide to buy any of her patterns from Market for 2 reasons. 1, none of them were limited edition, so I can get it anytime. 2, her patterns are small but can be very detailed, and as many as I own, I have not actually ever done one. So I want to do some of the ones that I own before I start acquiring more. But if you've not checked out Blackberry Lane before, do it, because her stuff is wonderful. For example, last year's ornament is called whatever, Jingle All the Way. That is so adorable. And it's little. The stitch count is 96 by 108. So if you do it on 32 count, it's 3 inches by 3 3/8, right? 2, 3, 4, 5. There are a ton of colors in this thing. A ton of colors for that, which I have heard that she uses a ton of colors. What are we talking here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 34 colors in this little thing, this little ornament. But I love her stuff. So I have that one. So I guess people could consider these cutesy. So I don't know what my style is. Tell me below what my style is. Someone tell me. I went to Catholic school my entire life, and so I had to wear a ugly plaid uniform, which, depending upon what year I was, the gross pattern changed. I liked my high school one because it was black watch plaid, but you had to wear a solid collared shirt. So I grew up with no fashion style. I don't know what my style is because I don't know how to dress myself. Hence, I'm wearing this fluorescent green sweatshirt. Anyways, look at this. Jolly old Saint Nick. He's got little glasses. He is on... He's 36 by 95 inches, so he's not big. Those are all his colors. I love them. What else? Here's a Halloween one. She's got tons of different stuff, but I like her Christmas ones a lot. There's just so much detail. But this one's called Moonlight Haunting. I don't know if you can see that because of how dark it is. They stitched that one on 32 count Mirage by Picture This Plus. It's 63 by 75 stitches. And those are all the colors. Okay, I really like Blackberry Lane. However, I've never stitched one. Okay, what else do I have? I have One Nation. If you watch Pam from Just Keep Stitching, she finished this and got it back from Keepsakes last year. I have seen a number of people at Stitch Away stitch this. It's amazing. However, I realized after I bought this, I don't think I like stitching letters. How cool is that? It's by Bygone Stitches. It's really cool. I think if I remember correctly, the states... That can't be right. I thought someone told me that the states were in order of their addition to the United States. I don't know if that's true. Don't quote me on that because I don't know that's true. So then, I mean, that's primitive, right? That's considered primitive. All right, I'm going to try and put some of this back, but not take too much time. Otherwise, I'm going to have a big unalphabetized mess when I get done with this red binder. Okay, what else do we have in here? Okay, so Crossed Wing Collection. I had never heard of them until about last year. This one I got for $1 at the sale that I talked about last year that our embroidery guild had from some stitchers who had passed away. They drove down to Florida and came back with literally a truckload of things, and there were significant numbers of duplicates, like 2 and 3 and 4 of the same thing. Anyways, this is Winter Feeder. This is an actual photo. That's how old the pattern is. I don't have to explain to you why I love it. And then the other one that I got from that sale is called Cardinals. Duh. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it close enough because the picture is really tiny. Cute. I like Country Cottage Needleworks. I like Little House Needleworks. I just like a lot of different stuff. How about that? Eclectic? Do you call that eclectic? Here, we'll do this stuff. This is the letter F for Filigree. These are Christmas patterns. They have a ton of Christmas patterns too. If you like Christmas, which I do. This one is called Here Is Christmas. This one came out last year, and I think there's 2 or 3 other ones in the series. Okay. And then this one is called Cookies Christmas Wreath. And they had a couple different wreaths. I think they had like cupcakes and cookies. The only thing I don't know about this is the colors look pretty drab in this picture. And they call for gentle arts, but they also give you the colors of Dinky Dye Silks and DMC. So I think when it comes time to stitch this, I may have to figure out if these colors are going to be bright enough. So that's enough, huh? Went through another binder. There's plenty more. Believe me, I did not show you everything that's in these binders, but I just wanted to kind of give you a quick taste just to put something to fill up this little video because I didn't have much progress, only one finish, and it wasn't like I started and finished it this month. No purchases. That's it. But you get 2 videos from me this month, so how do you like that? Thanks to everybody who subscribed since my last video 2 weeks ago. I got a decent amount of new subscribers, so thank you. Welcome back. If you have been a subscriber, thank you for watching. Thanks everybody for leaving comments. We all say it. We love the comments. That's what we do it for, right? So if you'd like to leave a comment below, I would love to respond back to you. hopefully this video was a little bit better quality, and I guess that's it. So I don't know if I'm going to do another one again in 2 weeks. It's kind of fun doing them every 2 weeks, but I don't think I have enough things to show to make it worthwhile. And then otherwise I'm just sitting in front of my computer in my kitchen rambling on to you about nothing. So, okay, have a fabulous day. Hopefully when I see you again, it will be spring here. Bye.